So all my viewers and YouTubers, welcome back to another video by Kid Inky. How y'all feeling today? So yesterday I told you I was going to make a video about why I haven't been able to upload, and I'm a man of my word. This story I'm about to tell y'all is probably one of the most deepest stories I've ever told. Some things get pretty dark in here, just to let you know. Let me tell y'all a little tale about a teenager who just wanted some marijuana. I'll try not to leave any opinions about this and just explain the details. Let's get right into this juicy story. So, once upon a time, I was sitting in class doing my schoolwork mid-November on a Monday morning. My plan for that day was to do my schoolwork for the day, take the bus home, do my homework, and go to sleep for the rest of the day. As I was doing my schoolwork, I got a message on Snapchat from one of my friends. "Hey, you want to hang after school today?" He texted. "I also got $20 so we could buy some weed from your guy." I accepted the invite, and for some reason it gave me motivation to get the school day out of the way. So I did all my schoolwork and got through my school day. We met up behind the school and started walking to the dealer's house. We went to the guy's house only to realize that he didn't have any weed on him. He had already smoked it all. However, he mentioned that he could get more since he was going to start selling later on that evening. So he called up one of his friends. That friend then came to the house, picked us all up, drove us to his work, and left us with the car. After the guy went to work, the dealer got money from someone or something. I don't really know how he managed to do that. He bought a lot of weed and we just rode around selling for a straight hour. We got to see some of my friends who were buying from him, which was pretty cool, I guess. After we finished selling, the dealer had made about a few $100s. Eventually, we came to a secure place. The dealer rolled up 2 grams on a backwood and we started smoking in the car. As we were smoking, my mom kept calling me. I ain't answer because I knew my mom wanted me to come home early and I didn't want to go home at the time. Around 7:30, we finally stopped smoking. I'm high as hell. My friend and I still had about 1.5 grams of weed left over. We placed it in a Swisher pack because we didn't have a bag for it. I don't smoke Swishers though. My friend wanted me to carry it just in case if his parents got caught with it. It would have meant the same for me, but we both thought I was better off with the weed, so I had it in my sweatshirt pocket. The dealer finally gave us a ride home. I told him to drop me off in front of the school so I can walk home, thinking that the cold air would breeze off some of the smell. After he dropped me off, I started walking. I turned on my phone. My mom was still calling me, and I finally answered, low-key scared and shaky. "Hello, where are you?" my mom says in a worried voice. "I'm at the school." "Why are you at school right now?" "'Cause I had an after-school program, and I stayed later to do homework and chill with some friends." "Oh," my mom exclaimed. "Do you need a ride home?" "No, Mom." "Why not?" "'Cause I can walk home." "In the freezing cold?" "Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll live." "No, let me pick you up," she yelled as if she was angry. "I mean, I already started walking home," I said. "Well, where are you?" she asked. Then I gave her my relative location because I figured arguing with her would only make things worse. I couldn't hide the weed for me to get later because I was at the school area. Hundreds of kids smoke weed at my school. If I left it anywhere near there, someone else was going to take it. So I left it inside my sweatshirt pocket, hoping that she wouldn't smell it. I guess that wasn't a good idea. My mom got into the area, I got in the car, and my mom starts driving away. As she was driving, she started sniffing. I already knew I was screwed at that point. She sniffs a few times. "Why do you smell like smoke?" my mom asked. I tried this candy, and it was a gross kind of candy that odors. I tried it because I had lost the bet, I said. I also added in that I was with people that smoked, and I said no and walked away like the happy person I am. This crazy bitch slams on the brakes in the middle of the road, grabs my sweatshirt, smells it, shoves me to the side, and glares at me. I thought she done lost her damn mind. She asked me if I smoked marijuana. I just sat there in silence because I was scared and shocked. She then punches me in my face. I'm over here covering my nose because it hurt. She kept screaming the same question and I just ignored her. As soon as I stopped covering my nose, thinking the pain was about to go away, she begins to throw more punches at me in the car. I'm over here trying not to fight back because the last time that happened, I ended up in a hospital with a supervisor basically explaining me lies on how everything's my fault. It's a long story. I didn't want the cops involved either because I didn't want them to know that I smoked weed. Keep in mind though, we still in the middle of the road when all this stuff happened. So after she stops hitting me, my face was suffering from those punches with the bonus of frostbite. She brings me home, she finds the weed, yells at me some more, takes away my permit, takes away my phone, tells just about all my family members that I smoke weed now, and told me that if I don't clean up the dishes for an hour, she would kick me out in the streets with nothing. I'm talking about she was gonna kick me out with nothing. She would take away my electronics, my school supplies, my clothes, and kick me out in the street in 20 degrees for me to freeze to death. After that, I just put all the dishes away, pretending to clean them, and went to bed while my mom was in the bed the whole time. Do you see the insanity in my mom? Do you see what I have to deal with on a basis? Sometimes I come home from a long, boring day from school or a fun, short day with my friends only to realize that I get to feel unsafe right at home. I fail a class, I have a chance to get my ass beat. I disrespect people, people become snitches, teachers resort everything to my mom, I have a chance to get my ass beat. The worst part about it is that people don't even believe when I say that if I simply did something wrong, something really bad could happen to me. Whether I get beat up or end up in rehab, jail, whether if I lose all my privileges, whether if my life gets threatened, I still end up to be the kind of person that I am today. It sucks, dude. I go to school the next day. I haven't been this upset since I got sent to the hospital because of my mom. I didn't tell any of my friends anything of the sort at the time. I just wanted to get through my school day and go home. I then realized that I'm failing one of my classes and my mom had probably got an email about it the same day. I figured after what happened, my mom would get even more pissed if she found out about another thing about me she don't like, such as a fucking grade. So instead of wanting to deal with her again, I had thought about running away from home. I got home after school and I decided to look for the weed my mom took. I didn't think I was gonna find it at all, but ended up finding it under my mom's pillow along with my phone and charger. I found it a little suspicious that she had it under her pillow, but that was one of the very least of my worries. As soon as I found my stuff, I packed up and left my house for good. I walked to the school. I was hitting up friends on Snapchat, asking them if they wanted to hang and smoke some weed. I also asked if I could spend Thanksgiving break at their house because I needed a place to sleep and I was not about to risk going home to my mom again. Only one friend said that I could stay for the break, but he wanted it to be my last resort. As I got ready to leave to walk to his crib, two of my friends approached me, asking me what I'm doing here. I basically told them that I was kicked out of the house and asked them if they wanted to hang and smoke with me. As soon as I mentioned weed, us three just decided to dart for the front door. We got outside and turns out that they were actually with three other people in the car. The car was full, but since my friends wanted me to hang out with them, they had just had to make room. It wasn't the most comfortable, but I mean, we made space. One of the people in the car had to lay across everybody in the back seat. Later on in the evening, we went to that girl's house to get the bowl. We started packing, and turns out I had enough weed to get everybody in the car, including myself, stoned. There was also alcohol in the car. Me and the girl that had to lay across us in the back seat were the only ones who didn't drink. Everybody else did. The girl was going to be the driver after everyone else had drunk. Around 6 p.m., we all went to Walmart. Most of the folks I was with were very cross-faded. They were stumbling on their footsteps. They couldn't even speak a full sentence. One of the girls almost fell on me. I had to help her get back in balance. We wandered around Walmart for a straight hour. We couldn't buy anything because we were all broke. After that, we leave to go to some trails. It was pretty far from our area, but we did it anyway. Eventually, people had to go home. People started getting dropped off at their house, and I got to stay with a couple of people in the car. I chilled with them for a couple hours longer. We met up with another friend, and she smoked us all up with keef. Keef is a substance made up of THC crystals, which could easily come off a bud. It's basically the Cheetos dust that gets left behind on your fingers after finishing a bag of chips, but in this case, it's with weed. It's a lot stronger than weed itself, so you can imagine I got really high that night. Around 9 p.m., they finally gave me a ride to the place I could sleep at. They all had to go home anyway, so they might as well drop me off first. I texted the guy that invited me to his house to make sure I could stay there, and sure enough, I could. So I got out of the car and met up with him. We were going to call him John. I enter his house with my stuff, and I fell asleep on the floor an hour later. I woke up the next morning. I still had weed left over from the night prior. That put a smile on my face that morning. I never wake up happy. Anyways, me and John had a wake and bake session in his garage. After that, we both sat at the house doing nothing but sitting on our electronics and occasionally eating. I did that for 3 days straight. That was the most boring 3 days I've ever been through in a long time. On Saturday, I finally wanted to get out of the house. I asked John if he wanted to join me, but all he wanted to do was chill inside the crib. So I left. I walked all the way to the school, started hitting up some folks. I ended up chilling with a couple of girls in an elevator at a train station. Inside the elevator was warm. Outside of it wasn't. I chilled with them for a couple hours, and then I went back to John's. On Sunday, I spent the whole day at the crib. John's little sister was asking me when I was going to come back, and I said I don't know. That made me feel some type of way for some reason. Later on that night, another girl, we'll call her Ivy, she wanted to come over to John's just to chill. She ain't want to be home due to some things with his family, and I knew exactly how she felt. Her drunk dad decided to drive her over. I don't know why, he just did. When me and John approached him, he remembered me coming over to his house a few weeks prior. He asked me if I remember that conversation we had. In that conversation, he was basically explaining to me that Ivy is her daughter and that we gonna have problems if I choose to do anything sexual to her. I don't even want to do anything but chill with her, so We were on the same page. Around 7 p.m., we were all in the basement with nothing to do. John told me that he could give me and Ivy a ride to a Subway restaurant that wasn't so close to my house. To walk from John's to the area me and Ivy live at was an hour and 15 minutes. Being dropped off at Subway was only going to cut off an half an hour worth of walking. The reason why John didn't want to drop us off at our house was, first of all, he didn't have a driver's license. Second, there was no rear view mirror. And third, one of the tires wasn't exactly screwed in tightly, so if we were to use that car, we'd risk having one of the tires falling off. But we still wanted to ride because walking over an hour sounds pretty bad to me on a cold Sunday night. Around 9 p.m., his mom leaves with the car we were going to take, which left us with the truck that was in front of it. John's parents always leaves the keys to any car by the front door, so we left with the truck. The truck did have everything it needed. When we got into the truck, John was bragging about how easy it is to drive. I'm not going to lie, driving is pretty easy, but I didn't take his word for it, because right after he said that, he ended up putting too much pressure into the acceleration, causing the tires to leave skid marks on his driveway. Good luck trying to get rid of that, John. The truck didn't have air conditioning, so I was shivering the whole ride. It was like 25 degrees outside at the time. As we were driving on a back road, I noticed that we were going at 15 miles per hour. John wanted to go extra slow, because better safe than sorry. Eventually, we got to Subway. Me and Ivy begged John to bring us closer to our area, because we did not want to walk for 45 minutes. At first, he didn't want to, because he was afraid of the cops being out and pulling us over, even though it was like 9:30. But luckily, he changed his mind. Here's where we got into a little bit of a pickle here. The truck was in shit condition. The truck couldn't go faster than 40 miles per hour for its life. In order to get to our area from where we were, we had to cross a river, and the road that led directly across it had a speed limit of 55 miles per hour. You see where this is going? John decided to wing it, and we were all hoping that cars didn't quickly approach us from behind. There was little to no cars out, which was pretty odd considering that it was only 9:30 p.m. We took the first exit off of the highway so we don't have to struggle going so fast. We took back roads to my neighborhood. He dropped us off and he went home while me and Ivy went walking. We stopped at a park. I couldn't go to her house and she couldn't come to mine. We chilled at the park for a few minutes and then she had to go home. I got home at around 10:30. Tried to sneak in, but my mom had locked all the windows. I tried knocking on the door and nobody answered. I even tried to wake up my little brother by knocking on his window. Bro, he was dead asleep. At around 11, I decided to text John to see if he could pick me up because I just couldn't get in the house. Turns out he couldn't pick me up because the truck ran out of gas, so I had to walk there. I told him I will. And then I still tried to get in the house. I hopped the fence several times. I had to use my bare hands to propel myself over the fence, and the top of it had little spikes of wood, so my hands were in severe pain. At 11:30, I gave up trying to get into the house. As I left my street, I checked my sweatshirt pocket only to find out that my phone wasn't there, but I had left it at the house. I wanted to turn around and get it, but my mom had just got home from work right as I left, and I didn't want her to see or hear me. So I scrapped that idea and started walking to John's. Around midnight, I officially gave up on walking to John's because at that point, my entire body wasn't starting to freeze up. And I still had another hour to go. So I went to one of my other friend's house who lived down the street. It was a pretty sketchy idea considering that his parents would probably get involved, but I didn't care about that at all. All I cared about at the time was me being able to sleep under a roof. So I went to his house. His dad answered. I told him that I got home, the door was locked, and she doesn't come back home until 3 a.m. He believed it, but he wanted to talk to my mom. I had to come up with a number that was out of service because I didn't want him to actually call my mom. So I gave him my house phone number because I knew it was expired. He asked me if I had my phone. I just told him that my data was out. I was able to sleep with my friend. We got like 6.5 hours of sleep and I woke up later than usual. My friend and I just woke up, grabbed our bags, and started walking to the school since it was just down the street. I didn't have any of my school supplies. I left it all home. I went to school with a laptop, tablet, my phone, and a few charges. Around 9:30 a.m. I was in U.S. history class studying for my final. My teacher then calls me up to the front desk. He tells me that I have a pass to go down to my counselor's office. I immediately knew what it was for. So I gathered my stuff, left the classroom, and went to the office. I gave the front lady the pass. The lady told me that they were waiting for me in my counselor's office, and I walked towards there. I opened the door, and I find my school counselor and a police officer. Life just keeps getting better, man. So I sat down. The cop's looking at me like he about to do something. My counselor told me that I've been missing for 5 days, and she asked me why. I don't know what my mom told her or the police about what's been going on between me and her, which is bad for me because I don't want to make it sound like I'm a liar. So I told them that me and my mom got into this argument. I got mad and I ran away. I didn't tell them about what my mom did because, as ironic as this may sound, I don't want her to go to jail. My mother is my only parent or guardian-like figure in my life at this point. She goes to jail, then I can't get a car or driver's license until I'm old enough to get it myself, considering that my dad ain't reliable. I lose all of my privileges at home, and I'll probably be a goner, meaning the child services will put me in a foster home where no one will hear from me in years. Just a few reasons as to why I don't inform the police about shit. So basically, I got told that I should go home right after school and that people my age and younger are currently doing time in jail for things that I've done, which was just running away from home a lot. They didn't mention anything about drugs, which is a good thing. After school, I went home. My mom wasn't home, meaning I just gotta relax. I also went to bed early. A few days later, my mom talked to me about weed. She told me that I should quit because I'm a quote-unquote child of God, which just goes for showing how much of a Christian she is. She don't want me to end up becoming a crack or heroin addict because apparently weed triggers people into doing hardcore drugs for a better high. She also told me that I probably need mental counseling or rehab to get rid of the quote-unquote horrific marijuana addiction I have. I told her that that's not how it works at all. Of course, my mom didn't believe a single word I said since she thinks weed has already gotten me brainwashed. She also wanted me to take a drug test, but she didn't do it. I'm still waiting for her to do one up to this day. The moral of this story is don't get caught smoking weed by people who think weed is bad. Personally, I don't see a single issue with smoking weed. It helped me as a person. Not saying it'll do the same for you, but the drug won't do anything to you long term. Don't do any other drugs, stay in school, get good grades, and keep watching my YouTube videos. Thank y'all for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please like. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Thank y'all for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please like. If you're new to my content, please subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at KidAPlux. Follow me on Snapchat at KidInky. Join my Discord channel. All of the links will be in the description below. Share this video to any stoner, and I'll see y'all tomorrow with a video explaining the first time, or the first couple of times actually, that I was homeless. Peace out. Sauce.